Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, in surface infections, today we will discuss another disease known as trachoma. Trachoma is a chronic infectious disease of the conjunctiva and the cornea, and it is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Trachoma inflammation may undergo spontaneous resolution or may progress to conjunctival scarring, which can cause inward deviation of the eyelashes, which is known as trichiasis, or of the lid margin, which is known as entropion. Abrasion of the cornea by the eyelashes frequently results in corneal ulceration, followed by scarring and visual loss. In developing countries, trachoma is a major preventable cause of blindness. According to recent estimates, about 2.2 million people they currently suffer from visual impairment due to trachoma. Of these, 1.2 million they are irreversibly blind, and about 324 million people they are at risk of infection. However, recently the incidence and prevalence of trachoma has decreased. This decrease in incidence and prevalence of trachoma it has been mainly due to improved sanitation, water and housing, and implementation of control measures. From the public health point of view, trachoma is classified as blinding one and the non-blinding one. A community with the blinding trachoma can be recognized by the presence of persons with lesions such as entropion, trichiasis, and corneal ulcers. It is the blinding trachoma that requires the urgent control measures. Non-blinding trachoma often becomes blinding trachoma when other ocular pathogens they interact synergistically and enhance the risk of damage to eyesight. Dear students, now we will discuss the epidemiological determinants. First of all, we will describe the agent factors. Agent. Chlamydia trachomatis is an obligatory intracellular bacteria. Classical endemic trachoma or developing countries is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis of immune types A, B, or C, while the sexually transmitted Chlamydia trachomatis of types of serotypes D, E, F, G, H, I, or K, they can cause an eye disease which is difficult to differentiate from the endemic trachoma. The milder cases of this disease they are called as inclusion conjunctivitis. Reservoir of infection. Children with active disease, chronically infected older children, and adults, they act as a reservoir of infection. Source of infection, ocular discharges of infected persons and fomites, they act as a source of infection. Cases, they are infective as long as active lesions they are present in the conjunctiva. Now we will discuss the host factors. First of all, age. Children from the age of 2 to 5 years, they are the most commonly infected. However, in endemic areas, children of only few months of age, they show signs of the disease. Sex. Prevalence is equal in younger age groups. However, in older age groups, females, they have been found to be affected more than the males. This may be due to the reason that the women remain more in contact with children and then these children infect them. Predisposing factors: direct sunlight, dust, smoke, and irritants such as kajal or surma, it may predispose to trachoma infection. Seasonal epidemics of trachoma they are associated with vastly increased numbers of eye-seeking flies, high temperature and rainfall. They favor the increase in fly population. Quality of life. Trachoma is associated with poor quality of life. The disease thrives in conditions of poverty, crowding, ignorance, poor personal hygiene, illiteracy, and poor housing. Customs. The custom of applying kajal or surma to the eyes is a positive risk factor. Mode of transmission. In communities where trachoma is endemic, eye-to-eye transmission is considered as a rule. This eye-to-eye transmission can be via direct contact or indirect contact with the ocular discharges of infected persons or fomites. For example, infected fingers, towels, kajal or surma. Eye-seeking flies, they spread the infection by mechanical transmission. Trachoma is a familial disease, meaning when one case is detected in a family, others will almost certainly be found in that family group. The incubation period of this disease ranges from 5 to 12 days. For the purpose of diagnosis in the field, cases must have at least two of the following diagnostic criteria. Number 1, follicles on the upper tarsal conjunctiva. Number 2, limbal follicles or their sequelae, Herbert's pits. Number 3, typical conjunctival scarring, trichiasis, entropion. Number 4, vascular pannus, which is most marked at the superior limbus. On this slide, the picture is showing you the progression of trachoma. First of all, there is infection of the eye with chlamydia, which causes inflammation of the conjunctiva of the upper eyelid. Then repeated infections lead to scarring and contraction of the conjunctiva, which pulls the eyelashes against the surface of the eye. Then the inturned eyelashes, they scratch the surface of the eye. Infection and scarring of the eye surface may follow, and if the damage to the eye surface is severe, the vision may be lost. On the right hand side, there is a picture, a close-up of a human eye with trachoma. Control of trachoma includes the following steps. First of all, assessment of the problem, then chemotherapy, which may be a mass treatment or the selective treatment, surgical correction, surveillance, health education, and evaluation. Now in the next slides, we will discuss each of these points in detail. Assessment of the problem. The primary objective of a program for the control of trachoma is basically the prevention of blindness. The program should focus on communities with substantial prevalence of blinding trachoma. This prevalence of blinding trachoma is indicated by the presence of following factors: corneal blindness, trachomatous trichiasis and entropion, and moderate and severe trachomatous inflammation. Such communities, they are likely to be found in countries with blindness rates that are above 0.5%. So therefore, the first task is to undertake an epidemiological survey to identify the communities with blinding trachoma, assess the magnitude of the problem, assess the local health conditions, and other causes of blindness. Chemotherapy. In trachoma control, the main activity is chemotherapeutic intervention. The objective of chemotherapeutic intervention is to reduce the severity, lower the incidence, and in the long run, decrease the prevalence of the disease. Antibiotic of choice is 1% ophthalmic ointment or oily suspension of tetracyclines. Erythromycin and rifampicin, they can also be used. Treatment may be given to the entire community, which is known as mass treatment, or the whole population at risk is screened and the treatment is applied only to the people with active trachoma. This is known as Selective treatment. Now in the coming slides, we will discuss both of these treatments, that is mass treatment and the selective treatment, in detail. Mass treatment. Prevalence of more than 5% severe and moderate trachoma in children under age of 10 years is an indication for mass treatment. Treatment consists of application of twice daily of tetracycline, 1% ointment to all children for 5 consecutive days each month, or once daily for 10 days each month for 6 consecutive months, or for 60 consecutive days. An alternative antibiotic of choice is erythromycin. In this case, active participation of the community in the trachoma control activities and on the utilization of primary healthcare workers is necessary in order to achieve the mass treatment. Selective treatment. In communities with low to medium prevalence of trachoma, treatment should be applied to the individuals by case finding. However, the principles of treatment, they remain the same as in case of mass treatment. For selective treatment to be effective, the whole population at risk must be screened for case finding. Surgical correction. Individuals with lid deformities, that is trichiasis and tropion, they should be actively sought out so that the necessary surgical procedures can be performed and followed up. Surgical correction has an immediate impact on preventing the blindness. Continuous surveillance may be necessary for several years after the active inflammatory trachoma has been controlled. Since trachoma is a familial disease, the whole family group should be under surveillance. Health education. Population needs to be educated so that the antibiotic treatment can be carried out by the affected population itself. Mothers of young children, they should be the target for health education. Measures of the personal and community hygiene, they should also be incorporated in programs of health education. Improvement of living conditions and quality of life of people is the best and final solution. So the primary prevention could only come through health education for the total elimination of trachoma disease. This requires a permanent change in the behavior patterns and also the change and improvement in the environmental factors too. Evaluation. Trachoma control program must be evaluated at frequent time intervals. Effects of intervention, they can be judged by the changes in the age-specific rates of active trachoma and in the prevention of trichiasis and entropion. This concludes our today's lecture. Thank you very much.